Good evening, my friends and family. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a good day. I know I am. I am not, actually. I am having a good day, but I'm about to not have a very good day because we need to fix our shitty paint job from yesterday. So I hope this paint is cured enough to be messed with. I don't really care because I want it fixed. Does not look good. Also, it rained. My car is filthy. This thing is absolutely filthy. Our fresh polish is now destroyed. I'm gonna hose it off real quick and we need to get this front bumper fixed. So if you did not watch the paint day video, basically what happened with the bumper and with everything else that we painted is, first up, the bumper fell over when we were painting it and there's quite a bit of dirt in the paint. Yeah, so we got to get all the dirt out. It's not terrible, it could definitely be worse. And then second of all, I think our filters were extremely clogged on the booth and all the clear was just sitting in the air. So there's pretty much the same equivalent of overspray on all the parts. Thankfully it's clear. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and I'm gonna try to buff off the clear overspray, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm assuming everything's gonna have to be wet sanded. It's not gonna take all that long. We only have a bumper and then these 4 little pieces over here. So it's not gonna take terribly long, but I want them perfect because the rest of the car is perfect. I'm gonna give it a shot real quick with just some compound and a buffing pad on the top of the bumper and let's see what happens. Well, this is refreshing to know. It may have not looked bad on camera, but here's a side by side. That's what I mean by there was overspray. That's 2 seconds of polishing or just buffing there. And that is still with the overspray. So I'm gonna go ahead and complete this bumper. What we're gonna do is nib out all the dirt with 2000 grit, and then I'm gonna sand all of the flat areas. I'm gonna get that paint super smooth, and then we can go through and buff and polish the whole entire bumper. So let's start off by getting all of the dirt out because there's a lot. And a few hours later, our entire bumper is denibbed, meaning all of the dirt is now out of the bumper and then flat sanded. The process I went through was 2000 grit on a little stick or a little block to get all the dirt out. That took forever because I'm not lying, there's over 100 pieces of dirt in this bumper. That took forever. And then we jumped to 2000 grit on the DA, wet with the interface pad. And that's with all of the hard edges taped off so we did not burn through. And then we pulled all the tape, hit 3000 grit on the entire bumper. And now it's completely flat, no dirt, no orange peel, no nothing left in it. Pretty much looks unpainted. That's how flat it is. At times I thought it'd probably be easier to just completely sand with 600 and reshoot the entire bumper, but I'm trying to get better at everything, including paint work, because clearly I need to get better at painting, and I'm trying to get better at sanding and polishing and all that stuff too, because I like to burn through a lot. This time I did not, and I'm proud to say that this time there's no runs either, which is very cool. So let's go ahead and slap down a nice polish on this bumper and see the end result. I'm curious to see if this paint matches properly. We could not tell earlier because it looked like sandpaper. I love doing side-by-sides. This is just step one, and this is sanded. It's crazy. I love polishing. It's so rewarding. Paint looks good. Slap a light on it. sheesh. I think it's gonna be a pretty close match. The bumper is fully buffed out with the step 1 of the Rupes kit. I have been testing out some other compounds and pads as well. I am really liking the Rupes the most on the Rupes Bigfoot. But yeah, step 1's all done. Looking absolutely amazing. I told myself I'm not leaving the shop until I'm satisfied with all of the paint work that we did. So we're almost done with the bumper. Let's go ahead and polish it out, see how it looks, and then we can move on to the 4 little pieces, which I need to figure out how to, like, I'm either gonna mount them on the car and polish them on the car, or somehow like strap them down, because I'm not sure how it's gonna work if they're just sitting there. But let's slap the polish down on the bumper and see the end result. This is taking forever, but it's well worth it. I said I was not leaving the shop until it's done, and it is done. It turned out so good, nearly perfect. There was one little area that I actually burned through on. First time ever burning through with the new polisher, right on the edge of this cap right here. We're gonna leave it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the bumper off the car. We gotta get the grill back in, the fog covers back in, and I do have another special little item for this front bumper as well. Y'all know I was never going to run this car without a front lip. That looks so much better. Definitely appropriate for the car. Now, let's talk about the unfortunate truth of painting stuff at home without a way to tint your paint. You're kind of stuck with whatever the paint shop gives you. And in this unfortunate instance, and this is probably the worst I would say it's been, the paint color does not match as good as I would like. There's definitely not enough, I would say maybe enough blue. I don't know, I've never tinted paint before. So when you go to a paint shop, you give them the color code and they mix up whatever paint that the factory color code says to mix up. Now it's not bad, but being that I'm spending so much time on this body and I want this thing perfect, I don't know if you guys can see, it's almost like a little bit more gray or more brown in the bumper versus the fender. There's definitely more blue pearls in the fender. It's not perfect and it really bugs me. I think it really bugs me. I'm gonna see how it looks tomorrow in the day, light. Of course, these LED shop lights are very, very harsh. Yeah, it's a very unfortunate after all the time we've spent on this bumper, but that is the shitty part about being an at-home painter is I do not have the ability to properly tint the paint. So we're kind of stuck with it. Yeah, shitty, it is what it is. This is why I do like blending, because if we blended this out onto the fenders and onto the hood, then you would never be able to tell the difference because you have the whole fender to slowly adjust from the factory paint to the bumper paint. Of course, I would prefer it to be just like closer match to where it wouldn't even matter. But for example, on the old gray Evo 10 that we just did, We sprayed the whole front end. Hood, fenders, bumper, and everything was blended in. It probably wasn't even a perfect match, but it looked perfect because it kind of tricks the eye. All right, my friends, moment of truth. It's the next day. I walked in the shop and like, if you just walk in and you look at the car, it looks perfect. It looks absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and pull it outside and see how it looks in the sunlight. I'm scared, I'm nervous. Being that I painted it, I know it's off. I don't know if it's bad enough to respray because it's literally gonna take like 2 full days to completely sand the entire bumper. Of course, we'd redo the other 4 pieces as well, and then pull out the booth again, set it all up, respray everything. That'd take like 2 days, and I don't know if it's worth it. It's always tough when you know it's an issue. When Jared gets here, I'm gonna ask Jared. I'm gonna say, Jared, $1 million question, okay?
Oh no.
This is literally up to you. The path of this car.
Oh, it's okay.
No, listen.
Yep.
If you saw this car in a parking lot and you saw this bumper, would you say, damn, that looks like shit and it doesn't match, or do you not notice?
It doesn't match, bro.
I know.
It doesn't.
Fuck.
That's like gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I know. I agree.
It's very obvious.
Well, the man has spoken, and he's gonna cost me 2 days of my life to fix the bumper. Now, being that it is Labor Day weekend, it is currently Sunday right now. Tomorrow the paint shop's also closed, so I'm gonna have a few different people look at this. I'm gonna have Bob's dad look at it. I'm gonna have the paint shop look at it. I'm gonna have multiple different people look at it, because to me it looks like the pearls and like the color is right, but the black isn't just, it's like the black isn't a deep enough black. It's super weird. I don't know if it's just like a cheap base coat issue, because this is just Omni base, it's MBC, so I don't know if it's a base coat issue or if the color's actually wrong. I'm not exactly sure. What I do know though is I should have probably done a spray out card before spraying a whole bumper and all the other pieces as well. So lesson learned. I learned from my mistakes once again, and hopefully I don't make the same mistake again in the future, because this sucks donkey dick. I'm trying my best to get it to show on camera. I don't know how good it's showing up on camera, but if you have any experience with painting and you've ran into this issue before, let me know in the comment section below. Of course, we could just go ahead and blend it out like I was talking about last night onto the hood and fenders, but I feel like the color isn't even close enough to be blendable. Damn. Goodbye.